What's your favorite podcast?
Simply the Best Studios podcast, of course.
Well, you heard it here. First, tune into Simply the Best Studios podcast.
All right, fam, who's ready for the freshest tracks dropping soon? Stay tuned to Simply the Best Studios podcast.
What's happening with it? It's your boy Bennie Owens, the best thing going. Also known as Bennie Van Dross. Take no loss, you understand me? Trying to get it back, man. What's up with it? It's your boy, Bennie Van Dross, the boss. You feel me? Tuning in at Simply Conversations. You dig? I was supposed to have an interview, but I don't let one player stop the game. You understand me? They ain't show up. I got that Simply Soul playing in the background. I don't know how well you can hear it or not, but that ain't what it's about. So I decided interview myself. You feel me? And give you some game and some understanding about who I am and what I've been through and the things I do and whatnot, though. So a little bit about my background. I'm Bennie Lee Owens Jr. You feel me? I'm from Richmond, California, Kennedy Manor, California, to be exact. You feel me? 50-year-old veteran, still in the game. You understand me? With a big flame, you know, and as far as how I got started in music, you know, in 1987, whatever it was, 85, sixth grade, me and my one of my good friends, Anthony Perkins, we had did a rap, you know, LL and Run DMC was all out at that time. And we was all infatuated with rap music. So we started writing raps and doing shows at the Steege Elementary School. It was Black History rap and whatnot, and it was a beautiful thing. Truly, everybody thought we was crazy, and they all clowned us about being rappers. Ironically, all the people that used to try to clown on us, they all became rappers later. You know, 5, 7 years later, 12 years later, they all became rappers also. So I knew we was ahead of our time. And that was the moment when I chose the path of music for sure. You know what I mean? And I can remember as time evolved, me and my friends, we started smoking weed and whatnot. And my mama was always a big inspiration musically, poetry. She had a microphone and a boom box where we could take a tape, record the instrumental over and over again, and then I can get another tape and then take that instrumental, and then we could freestyle over that with the mic. It was extremely a beautiful thing. Salute to Phyllis, I love you for certain. You know what I mean? And all my friends, they wasn't really serious about rapping. You know what I mean? But like I said, we was high. We had the red light going on in the room, and we was drinking 40 ounces and whatnot, and it was just fun. But me, I always knew that I had it in me to do it. You know what I mean? And then even putting them tapes together and stuffing the tapes with the toilet paper to be able to record the instrumentals back to back to back also was a beautiful thing. And I think that that's what led to my engineering path. And also my mama, she was taking musical classes, pianos, and different things of that nature at Contra Costa College. And, you know, we was poor, so we ain't had no babysitter. So I had to come to those classes with her. And I was sitting back in them classes or whatnot, playing pianos and touching equipment and dealing with things. And it just, you know, it was a inspiration to do music. You know what I mean? And I liked it. And and rap had hit the scene. So even though rap wasn't classical, what she was taking, but that was the new genre. So I was on it. You know what I mean? And what that's what drives me to keep on pushing is just the fact that this music stuff is it's born into me. It bleeds out my body. Like I love music so much, regardless if I'm the dopest rapper or whatever. It don't matter. I just have a passion to do the music. You know what I mean? And you know, something that I wish I knew before I got started was that the game was going to evolve in such a way where it's easy to find yourself behind in a game that's moving forward. But I think that that's social media portraying everybody to be these bosses and everybody showing all this money. But really, nigga, you ain't got no money. You ain't really got that motion. You know what I mean? As far as music, you get a hit song or two or whatever, and it's cool. And then you got a lot of social media followers, which really make you seem more popular than you actually are. You know what I'm saying? And it's a lot of players that's doing that. You know what I mean? And me personally, I've been gritting and grinding in this music for so long. Like I literally got 63 studio albums, a few compilations, a lot of group albums, but more albums than your favorite rapper. You feel me? That's why I'm simply the best. Benny Van Dross, the best thing going on. You understand me? Like I said, my inspiration it come from moms and just listening to old school music around the house as I'm pretty sure we all did, but I used to imitate Michael Jackson. We used to have a grown folks party and whatnot. My mama always was entertaining and we had pianos and drums and live guitars and everything at the crib right in Kennedy Mountain, California. You understand me? And shit, my mother let me perform. Once all the adults was perking and they was doing what they do, I say, Mama, could I get the mic? And then she had thrown that Michael Jackson for me, you feel me? And I was in there making it happen, man. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. And the one thing that I'm most proud of though is that, we all say we come from the mud and we got it out the dirt, but I'm really the true definition of that. My whole life I didn't have to be like a hustler, a thief, a no good piece of shit, you feel me? But at some point in my life, I started taking music seriously. And I can remember one good story is some cats in my neighborhood had built a studio. They was taking it real serious. And then I started paying them $40 an hour, uh, to record my folks and my people. I was trying to put out a compilation back then. That was probably late '90s, though. You know what I mean? And these players who I was spending $40 an hour with was laughing at my artists and laughing at the ideology of what I was trying to do. Yeah, and some of them players probably couldn't really sing, and some of them players probably couldn't really rap that great, though, right? But at the end of the day, though, I'm spending my bread with you. So, valuable lesson I learned as an engineer was to never laugh at the artist or always get an artist the benefit of the doubt, especially if they paying you. I would never laugh at a man, regardless if I like this music or not. I would never laugh at a man doing his music that's paying me though. You feel me? If you just giving me a critique or asking me for my critique, then that's a different story. But if you paying me to record you, I would never laugh. So shout out to them players, you feel me, who laughed. And and then my big dog, rest his soul, Lameek Larrell Nelson, you feel me? He was like, man, Big Punch, fuck them niggas, nigga. Buy your own studio. And I thought about it because I was hustling. I was like, bro, you ain't never lied, right? So I politely got on, wasn't no Google or nothing back then, but it was Gateway. And I applied for the credit. And before you know it, I was the first nigga in the ghetto with a computer. Then I asked my big homie, the real tracks from the rich, shout out to him. uh, how to set up, cakewalk, sonar, whatever it was back then. He politely helped me hook that up, and the rest is history. And then, as I grew, I end up moving to Concord, and I end up in that college class over there. And then I also took a class in Pittsburgh, and then I moved to Vegas, where my studio just kept evolving. It kept evolving. And I always had the dream of having a multifaceted studio where, it was a couple of studios in there, or a barber shop in there, a clothing store in there. And that was always my dream. And I just kept chasing that dream. You know what I mean? And now, since I've been in Vegas for like 13 years, and it's like 30 years later in this game, I genuinely got that. You know what I mean? And a lot of my failures though taught me to keep on pressing and keep on pushing and never give up on my dreams. You know what I mean? And even though I got a team of people around me, I always do have to understand that this is my dream and nobody gonna push it as hard as me. But I got some youngsters, my young brother Bambito Watson, my nephew Nick Treble.
Cause your pockets hurting. Wow. Jealousy loud. I hear it all the time.
Yeah, excuse that interruption. You understand me? Like I said, we got music all over the place. Everything cooking, cracking. We doing it how we do it. You understand me? But bro, I got this new album on the way. It's called Morning Wood. I just dropped the new Hugh Hef. I definitely want y'all to check that out. It's on all streaming platforms. The new Hugh Hef. You know what I mean? And if I had any advice to give to my younger self or to the people in the world, it would be to just keep on pushing, man. No matter what you do, the world ain't bigger than you. You understand me? The world is just not bigger than you. You know what I mean? You can do everything you wanted to do. Music might be a little saturated at this point, and there's so many people doing it. But what I'm starting to understand is, first you a artist, then you a brand, and then you a business. So you can take your artistry, build a brand off that, and then create a business off that. So simply the best music is not just me, Benny Owens the best thing going, or simply the best, Benny Owens the boss. It's also t-shirts. It's also a barbershop, which is behind you. I also rent these studios out to other people. It's vending machines in here, ATM machines. So it's multiple ways to get some bread. Just get your business license and get your money, and everything gonna work itself out. You feel me? Of course, all my social medias is uh, Benny Owens, Benny Van Draw, Simply the Best Studios, all these different ways. There's so many different ways to holler at your boy, but I ain't that hard to find, no. You feel me? And what's next for me is I'm gonna keep on dropping music, keep on dropping compilations. Like I said, my artist is Sophia Ruby. Shout out to her. Young Boy Clay, Bambito Watson, Nick Treble, including myself. So everybody can do whatever they want. It ain't no pressure. This ain't like no death row where we just doing and forcing people to do whatever it is. We it's free, man. We could do whatever we like, do it when we want. It ain't no pressure. Everybody hustle hard, work hard, and do whatever. And we got other ways to get bread. So we actually can just kick back at the studio and do whatever we like to do. You know what I mean? And without no pressure. And I always believed that that was the best way to do things. You feel me? So um, to go in a little more depth on some little cooler questions, you feel me? If I could wake up anywhere in the world, where would it be? And I can humbly and honestly tell you, anywhere in the world where I wake up, it's wherever my wife at. I just want to wake up with her, and that's always a beautiful day. Can't sleep without her. You know what I mean? What's my biggest fear? Uh, failure, I guess, in some way, but nothing beats a failure but a try. So I constantly keep trying. Like I don't care what people think about me. I don't care the words and the comments, haters or and I'm from where they started player haters actually. So and now everybody say haters, but you got to remember you must first be a player to be hated on. So niggas ain't hating on artists or rapping or beats. Niggas is hating on players, man. You got to be a player first in order to get hated, man. Hating ain't a real word without the player. Remember that, man. And like I said too, a lot of motherfuckers act like I ain't the GOAT from my city or whatever. And I take that with a grain of salt because I'm not the best rapper or the most lyrical or anything of that nature, though. But I got the most work, absolutely. I got the most albums, absolutely. I've been pushing harder than anybody ever. I'm bringing niggas out of retirement. You feel me? At 50 years old, I got niggas who 48, 50 inspired by me who now you back in rapping. You feel me? But I don't get no credit like the boy Lil Richard used to be back in the day. And they don't respect me. They don't give me no credit. But to that, it's okay. So if I got 100 real fans, I do it for them. But I know it's 10,000 of y'all watching. Trust me, I can see y'all. Hmm. And I ain't even mad at you either though, because my player persona been percolating since I was a young man. So motherfuckers don't like me for who I am, regardless of the music, and I take that though. You know what I mean? I accept that though, because there's some niggas I don't like either though, and I look at they shit. So that's why I can say that humbly. I see you niggas watching though. Simply the best on the under. Nigga got 1,000 views and 2 likes though. So what is you looking at for, nigga? If you ain't gonna like it, then don't even look at it. You understand me? Look at your bitch. You understand me? Real shit. But anyway, what I also got going is that Simply Soap Radio. You feel me? These podcasts finna be on YouTube, Simply the Best Studio. Hmm. Well, all we do is have fun and don't miss none, man. You feel me? We hustle, we work, and we do everything we gotta do so we could chill, relax, and make our music. There ain't no pressure on this family. You feel me? No pressure at all, man. We got Uncle Snail with the barbecue. You know what I mean? And he the barber at the same time. Uh, my nephew Bambito Watson, he got the Kashuba, which is a cash for Uber situation that's cracking. Hmm. But when you come to Vegas, you can get your deliveries and you can get picked up and dropped off for cash money. You ain't got to necessarily go through the Uber app. You feel me? Yep. And I'm finna have a little Airbnb for players, a little condo tucked off. So shit. If you coming to Vegas for a week or a weekend, I might need 150 for the weekend, 300 for the week. You feel me? You can get at me. It's all good, man. So like I said, man, I just wanted to, since my interview, didn't pull up on me in time, and I got shit to do. You understand me? I just wanted to kind of at least give y'all a conversation. You feel me? One of one, Benny Owens. You feel me? They say teamwork make the dream work. That only applies when you ain't the team of the dream. You feel me? I can do all this shit solo, alone, but I need my team all the time. No, you feel me? Hmm. So yeah, we also got Ace Card. Me and him finna drop an album called Ace Up My Sleeve. You feel me? Ace Card, he from Fairfield, and that's my little cousin. We've been getting in there for many moons. And his little brother, S. Dot, the youngster. You feel me? Man, and also, shit, Joey Tap, Sophia Ruby, Bambito. We waiting for Blaze to get back from North Carolina. So my the label been cracking for many moons. but we finally coming into our own and getting it cracking back. I kind of got the band back together. We all have fell out, or a lot of people fell out within the midst of the band. But shit, at some point, man, I was destined to finish with the same people I started with. I'm a firm believer in that. I could have met new people, new producers, and all that, but I never wanted to do that. I always wanted to rekindle the relationships that I once had that had built this label. And what I learned from that moment and just getting older was taking accountability for my own actions and becoming the man who these guys adored in the beginning. And, in the beginning, I was, selfish, stingy, and stubborn and a no good piece of shit. So, like I said, I had to take accountability for that. And then I had to start giving of myself in order to get my team strong. See, a team is only as strong as the leader. You know what I mean? So the leader must fix itself and get itself in the right position to lead. You feel me? Because a team, a woman, a child will only follow a person who has great direction. So I had to correct myself in a lot of things. And like I said, getting older sometimes it just helps you do that. You know what I mean? It helps you do that. So to all my folks out there who listening, if your team ain't working, if your wife tripping, if your bitch tripping, then you got to look at yourself first. Anything that happens to you in this world is all your fault. Never blame nobody else. Always look in the mirror and fix you. And once you correct, then everything around you shall correct itself. You feel me? So these is just, a little bar game. And like I said, man, I can give you all these albums, bro. Polite Pimpin', Absolutely Pimpin', Still Pimpin', Brothers from a Different Mother, On My Grind, Simply the Best Compilation Ever, Volume 1 through 5, Don't Get Wet, Volume 1 through 3, uh, Benny Owens and D-Ski, Puncho and Pooh Sauce, uh, shit, Benny Owens and Bambito got 2 albums. Benny Owens and Blaze Penna got 2 albums. Man, Midlife Crisis, uh, The Last Call, or One for the Road, my bad. The New Hugh Hef, bro. So Ghetto, So Good. I got so many albums, bro, to where it's, before you not mention me with the GOATs, especially from my city, you need to take a listen. You feel me? To all my music. It's all available on Spotify. I got a few videos, but like I said, I'm seldom seen but often heard. You feel me? I don't really crave attention, and I'm not trying to be the rawest rapper you ever seen. I just like to make music for the sake of making music. You feel me? Yeah. And like I said, man, I ain't trying to be the go to Richmond. I'm trying to be the GOAT, period. You feel me? The GOAT, period, man. And that's no disrespect to the real GOATs, but I don't think nobody work ethnic is equivalent to mine. And like I said, I live at the studio, not literally, but I got the studio. It's 3 studios in here. I pull up at 2 in the morning sometime. You know what I mean? Get 4 songs done before 7:30, 8 a.m. You know what I mean? I'm working harder, bro. I got my producers in here. I'm paying niggas for beats. I'm making beats. I'm doing whatever it takes to get this music done. Never proclaim to be the best lyricist ever. But at the same time, though, I'm the hardest working man in America. The hardest working man in show business, like James Brown. You feel me? They gonna call me Benny Brown in a heartbeat, man. My goal is to get up to 100 albums. Like I said, I got 62 or 65 or something. Shit, I done lost count. You know what I mean? But that's collective with groups and everything else, though. So, Can't Stop, Won't Stop. That's the name of the album, too. You know what I mean? So, this shit don't stop, man. So, if you got any questions or want to get yourself an interview, you can hit your boy, at simplythebeststudio@gmail.com. Bennie Owens 2003 at gmail.com. You feel me? Or just hit me on Facebook or Insta. Insta is simply the best studio. You know what I'm talking about? So can't stop, won't stop. Love your life. You feel me? Go to the doctor. Get your blood pressure checked. Check for them diabetes. Check for that high cholesterol. All that's important to us, man. We done seen too many people die for nothing. You know what I mean? And we all getting older together. It ain't me just getting older. We getting older. You feel what I'm saying? So make your next move be your best move, and everything could be smooth. It's your boy, simply the best, Benny Van Dross, Benny Owens, the best thing going, signing out. You feel me? Yeah.